So today, our lovely jargon term of the day is executive functions. This is an area that I both love and hate because when you got executive functions clicking in the right direction, it's like, a party, things are getting done, and we're moving towards our goals and we're achieving them, right? When there is a hiccup in the executive functions, it's when the sweater starts to unravel and you go, no, what's going wrong? I did this, why am I not getting it, right? Executive functions, this is what we're talking about. So let's take a look at what our actual definition for executive functions is. Executive functions, a set of cognitive abilities that control and regulate other abilities and behaviors in order to successfully achieve goals. Oh, what? What does that mean? A set of cognitive abilities that control and regulate other abilities and behaviors in order to successfully achieve goals. All right, well, we talked about what cognitive skills were the other day, right? And we want to be successful in achieving our goals. Let's look at the watered down version of what executive functions are. Skills involved in goal-directed behaviors such as memory, attention, planning, self-awareness, and problem solving. We talked about this a little bit on Tuesday, that if you want to achieve a goal, if you stop and consider all the things that you have to do, when this was first explained to me, the person who explained executive functions to me and that I got it was Dr. Adele Nadowski. She said, okay, she'd just come back from a conference and she said, if you stop and think about it, let's say you wanted to go to an autism conference, Shannon, and it's happening on Thursday morning and the opening statements are being made at 9 o'clock. What has to happen for you to be in the seat at 9 o'clock in the morning? And for me, in that moment, I was like, well, it's so overwhelming, I can't even think about it because I have to find where's my son when this is happening. And, and I listed off like 3 very basic things. And she said, yeah, except that's only scratching the surface, right? You have to arrange for your tickets. You have to arrange for your son to be someplace else. You have to make arrangements to get off work and make up the work that you were doing because you're not at your desk doing that, right? You have to think about what am I doing food-wise? You have to make sure that you get enough sleep. You have to make sure that you're wearing the appropriate clothing, and you can do all of those things. But what often happens is you go to get into the car and you realize, you know what? Darn it, I forgot to put gas in my tank. Right? It wasn't one of the things that you thought. Clearly, there has to be gas in the tank of the car in order for you to get there, and now you've got a problem. What are you going to do about it? And you have to make a decision in that moment about, do I have enough gas to get there but not enough gas to get back? Do I stop and get gas? If I go to this gas station, is it going to make me late? Do I need to take this road or that road? All of these things that go into play, you have to remember, where is the address? Do you have the address with you? How many times have you left to go someplace and said, I don't have the address? Thank heaven for smartphones now, right? Because we can look it up. But that's a problem-solving technique, taking out the smartphone and saying, I'm going to look it up. When you think about, for us as adults, all the things that we have to do just to be able to get our rear ends in a seat at 9 o'clock on Thursday for a conference that we want to go to, it's overwhelming, right? And you can see where there are so many different ways where we could end up getting there at 9:10 or never getting there, never getting to the conference, right? That's us. Think about that now from the perspective of a child who is on the autism spectrum, how overwhelming the world can seem. And it's not that our kiddos don't want things, they have goals and things that they want to do too. And if we give them the tools step by step, and by the way, we start with executive function skills as early as 2. Obviously, you're not working on the ones about how do you make sure that you have gas in your car, right? But we can start working on memory skills at the age of 2. Absolutely, right? And piece by piece, we keep adding on. So if you say, well, Shannon, I've got an 8-year-old, we didn't start at 2. It's not too late. It's not too late when you're 48 to start looking at executive function skills. Anytime you go to any kind of a motivational speaker or a business conference where they're helping you to be more productive, you know what they're working on? Executive functions. Because all of us have a place where our executive function skills aren't as strong. And if we strengthen that part of it, we will do better. Same thing with our kids. It's never too late. We need to get in, look at what the sequence is, and teach each thing as it comes so that we can help our kiddos to achieve their goals. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Executive functions. And by the way, people shorten it to EF. So if you're at an IEP and they're talking about EF skills, that's great. They should be. And if they're not, you start to bring it up. What are we doing to strengthen the executive functions? I'm in the junior high land right now, and I can tell you it is the only way you can succeed in junior high is if you have your EF skills on point. They make it so that you can't succeed unless they're on point. But our kiddos can do it with help and support and learning those skills, and it will serve them well in life.